Oh, I screwed that up. Hold up a sec, guys. Let's go back to that screen. Let's see if this will work this time. Hey, hi everybody. You guys can unmute yourself if you're still muted.
Hello.
Hi everybody. I'm back. I am alive. I didn't die. I know it's been like a week and a half since I streamed, but I'm here and I'm alive. And we're gonna
Yay, not
roleplay.
yay, not being dead.
Yay! Um, yeah, it's been a rough time, but I made it through. It's all good. So, we are down a couple of people tonight. I don't know if Elizabeth is going to make it. At some point, she might. And Stuart got back from Australia this afternoon and hadn't slept in like 2 days and crashed, I imagine. I talked to him
That's
and he's like,
understandable.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll just assume you don't and then let me know if you will. So, so I don't think he's going to be here, which is fine because they were both going to be gone 2 weeks ago, I actually had a whole thing planned for them being gone. And then I canceled, so it never happened. So I'm like, hey, I still have it planned. We're good.
All right.
Anyway, if you guys want to reintroduce yourselves very quickly and your characters and sort of a little bit about your characters since it's been a while and we can remind everyone what's going on, that'd be great. We could start with Laura.
Okay. I'm Laura, and I live in Japan, and am excited to be able to still play with people in the States. And my character is Ronya, who is a very tiny person who started out as just a rather short human, but is suddenly becoming smaller and smaller, and has been working on her musical abilities for some time, and is now finding some bardish talents.
All right. And Dan.
Okay, I'm Dan. I'm playing James Card. And if you see me looking back and forth a lot, I have 3 screens, so that that would be why. James is a paladin. Game terms, although I don't think that really makes sense in this game. Kind of pissed off that technology is going away and things are changing. That's bad. Need to make things normal again.
So more a paladin for a cause than a god, maybe.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. So, last time was a really long time ago. I didn't take notes. So I'm going to rely on you guys to remind me about what happened 3 weeks ago.
We were still traveling as far as I remember.
We fought the snake.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, you did. And
Um,
then one
And
of your
Rusty
party
almost killed
almost
himself.
trying to get
oh
the
yes,
snake tooth out.
we got horse feed
Yeah.
and struck out into the wilderness because the highway was too full of people.
And looted REI.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried to pay. As far as Ronya knows, she left payment information.
May or may not have
Um,
paid REI.
yeah, let's see. Oh, and sometimes technology comes back on again and then goes back off again, and we're a little confused about that.
For no discernible reason or pattern.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as I recall, you woke up to technology being back in sway, as it were. And that was where
Oh, is
we
that how we
left
ended?
off. Yeah.
Okay.
But suddenly there was tech again.
We're all saving our cell phone batteries because, clearly that's the number one priority. And
Yeah, yeah. Check my phone, see if it works, turn it off.
You didn't grab one of those hand crank chargers?
You were at
Did we?
REI.
I don't recall saying that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
have one
no,
of
I
those
don't
in this
remember
room
you looting
somewhere.
that particular thing.
I
I could probably find one on that dresser right there.
don't think that exists in game.
Why
Just
not? They exist in real
transparent
life.
area. They do. Whether you have one is a whole different question. So yeah, so you guys wake up in the morning, and I'm pretty sure we just had you wake up and nothing had happened yet. And you don't feel magic anymore. And both of
Oh,
you,
it's gone.
yeah, you just wake up naturally. Nobody wakes you up. It's kind of later in the morning than you usually get up. It's actually kind of a clear day. There's not a whole lot of cloud cover. Doesn't seem to be
In
raining.
Seattle?
Yeah, I know, right? It's a really nice day for the end of April.
All
And
right.
did we have individual tents or two people tents? I don't remember.
We had two. We had
We
two
had two
two-person
tents.
Two
tents.
two-person tents. Okay. So both of you notice that you're alone in your tents. Whether or not that's because that other person had the last thing or they just got up earlier or whatever, you're just alone in your tents at this point. And like there's birds chirping everywhere. It's kind of a really nice morning, actually.
Okay. I poked my head outside to see who had last watch and didn't get me up.
And it's empty, your campsite. There's just the other tent. And the horses are all still right in the area, right where you left them.
I
But
go
no other
poke
people,
the
just
other
you.
tent.
Okay. James, suddenly something is poking at your tent.
About time.
Come on, guys, get up. I'm not sure where Pew is.
Guys, plural.
Aren't you in there?
Just me.
Well, get up. Where's Rusty?
Not out there.
No, and neither's Pew. You better get up. Get out here. What's going on?
Okay.
So you get up, you get out, and you see the same thing. Other than, the two tents sitting there, and I don't think you guys had made a fire. So just, that's it. Like, that's your camp. Just the tents and the horses.
No one's here.
I look around for any sign of a struggle.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Let me remember how
And
to
I'm
do
gonna say
that.
with disadvantage because you're a city kid. So
Yeah,
you
that's
probably
true.
don't know much about what to look for.
Okay. Just a moment. Does this work?
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna say you got a 15. That would have been a great first roll, but you're a city kid. So you look around and you kind of keep looking around for a little while. And eventually you see, you notice, you see everyone's footprints. You don't really know who's or who, but you see a bunch of footprints around because, it's damp. The soil is always damp in this area. And you're sort of like trying to figure out, you don't see any sign of a struggle per se, like you don't see a bunch of scuff marks or anything that you would assume are probably struggle signs, but you do see what looks maybe like somebody had laid down, like sort of in between the tents and where you had picketed the horses.
Like
sort
someone
of
had
some
laid
crushed
down?
grass. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it's really hard to tell. You don't really know what you're looking for.
That's really odd. I pointed out to James. Does this, can you tell what happened here? I'm not exactly a tracker or anything, but it kind of looks like there was a weight on the ground here.
There was something there. I can't really tell more than that.
You can do an investigation also if you want. Probably also with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm worse than she is on that.
Oh yeah, he's technology guy.
Yeah.
There you
I definitely
go.
nature.
I know nothing.
Yeah, no, you look
Oh
at it and you're
wow.
like, so, I think you're crazy. Nothing laid here. What the hell, lady?
It's grass.
Yeah, right. So you
Should oh,
continue.
I was just gonna say, should we wait for them? Like, all right, guys, hello.
So you don't hear any response to your calling. Um, you do hear, if you kind of stay quiet to try to listen to see if you can hear anything. Um, you sort of like in the distance, you can hear a creak or something, kind of burbling. And you can hear the horses, which are kind of covering up a lot of sound, so it's hard to hear much. Birds are still chirping. In the distance to the other side, you can hear the sound of car engines going. And, maybe a little sound of like tires, like cars are moving, but not much. For the most part, you just hear engines. But you don't hear any response from your friends.
So, are we surrounded by trees and cover, or is it kind of more like a field? Where are we right now?
Considering that it's kind of hard to find openings in the tree cover in the area you're in, you kind of found like sort of a field, like a fallow field,
Okay. Um,
because you wanted to get some food for your horses.
okay. Well, without getting out of like sight of our campsite, because I don't want to get lost. I
Mm-hmm.
just go a little bit into kind of a perimeter and look around and call out rather loudly for them.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. You don't get any response. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Everything looks exactly like a normal morning, except that two people aren't there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look around without actually going anywhere, and then just wait a little bit.
Okay.
Um, I come back and turn on my phone.
Okay. It turns on. The battery's getting a little lower. Not much, but a little bit.
Okay.
It's like at 90% now.
Yeah, we did charge them last time.
Yeah.
Um, I did we actually exchange phone numbers with each other?
Nope. Not that I
I
know
don't
of.
think we
You left a
I
note
don't
for
think we
David, but that's the
did.
most communication you guys have done.
Wow. Okay, so I'm like, well, my phone's working and theirs might be too, but okay, I'm gonna try and call Leo because I
Okay,
do
you
have
do
his
have
phone
Leo's
number.
number, yeah. So you try to call
Uh-huh.
and roll a percentile.
Just like a straight D20. Or
Oh,
no, but
Percentile would
percentiles.
be 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say roll D
100.
100.
39. Okay.
I don't know what I'm aiming for, but that doesn't look good.
I don't know. Some
Although
things want lows.
you actually seem to have some kind of signal, like the call is wanting to go through, it doesn't go through.
Okay. Um,
But that is the
well,
first time you've actually seen a signal, so that's something.
gotcha. Well, I turn it back off because I don't want to waste the power. I don't really have any way of contacting them with it anyway, making a mental note to do something about that when I do find them. James, what should we do? Like, I mean, we can't go on without them, can we?
Well, I figured just wait here for a little while. I don't think we were in a rush to begin with.
Well, except we don't want the evil dude to continue on his master plan, but if he's still collecting people, I don't know how quickly other people are going to reach him right now either. Um, Okay.
I figured, hey, I can't think of anything better than just wait a bit.
All right. So yeah, we'll just wait for a little bit and see what's going on.
Okay.
Uh,
While you're waiting, the horses are taking great advantage of that fact, and they're eating, 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 eating. They're like so happy to be getting some grass
And not moving.
and not moving. Yeah, they're having a great day. But a couple hours pass, and nothing happens. You do hear more sort of human people sounds, not right by you, but you're, still close enough to civilization that you can hear people, kind of yelling at each other, talking, whatever. And some of it sounds a little more upset than you might have expected, given that technology is working right now. But you can't really hear
Okay.
words or anything. You can just sort of hear sort of that upset sound in
Okay, maybe
voices.
we ought to go check that out. We know where this camp is. We can leave a
About,
note that which direction we're going, and we will come back in case they come back.
about how far away does the ruckus sound?
I mean, there's not really like a ruckus per se. It's mostly just that you can hear shouts that sound like, kind of from not necessarily one direction, but from the
Okay.
road, where because you're fairly close to the road still. Like you sort of hear what sounds like people shouting, that sound unhappy or worried or something. And then there's kind of a farmhouse a little way back, and you can sort of hear some like crying maybe from there.
Hmm. Okay. So James, did you want to leave the camp set up and just go check it out, or do you want to break camp? What do you
Yep.
want to do?
Just leave stuff here because we don't have to. I don't think we'd have to go that far.
Okay. Do you want us both to go, or have someone to watch our stuff?
That is a good question. I don't think showing up in front of someone with a whole bunch of traveling gear, including horses, would be that great of an impression. But checking things out would probably be good. So,
Well, here, wait. Okay. First, can you get out your phone and see whether we can contact each other from like a short distance? Is there any sort of
try, although if you didn't have a signal at all, that's not likely. But we can give it an attempt.
I don't really know how these sort of technology thingies work. Is there some sort of like short range Bluetoothy thing we can do?
Like a walkie-talkie mode? No.
Oh.
Might have been something to pick up at REI in hindsight.
Back
Well,
then, I
let's
don't think the technology had come back on at all, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for now, let's at least put each other's phone numbers in here in case we do get reception back, okay?
That we can do.
Okay. So
So you
I'm
guys
going to
exchange
program
numbers.
James into my phone.
All right. You are prepared in case you ever need each other's phone
He
numbers
said it
now.
looked like they vanished. Is all their stuff gone too?
No, their stuff's right there, right where they left it.
That's really concerning.
Yeah, that is more concerning.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy if they just, ditched us either, but I'm a little worried about what could be happening to them if they don't even have their stuff. Yeah, how about
Well,
why don't
actually, at this point, we should probably just pack everything up.
Okay, I'll write out a note and tell them well, first, let's see. What should we tell them? I'm going to put my phone number and just label it with my initials, not my first name, or not my full name, and then just say, guys, we're not sure where you are. We're heading towards the road. If you're able to, please call. Otherwise, we'll come back here to find you. And I'll put it with the rock waiting down one edge, but where it's still visible.
Okay. So you guys get everything packed up, which, considering there's only two of you, takes quite a while, and neither of you really has done the horse packing, so it's a little iffy. But you've watched
That's just spatial
Q do
sense.
it, yeah, and wait. Um, but you think maybe you've got it, like the horse isn't yelling at you, so maybe it's okay. And finally, you get everything ready. You still don't hear or see any sight of your friends by the time you're ready to go.
That's
Yeah,
really
all their
boring.
stuff's still here. They probably didn't leave voluntarily. And if we haven't heard anything by now, it's unlikely.
Well, let's once I make sure that the note I left isn't going to blow away or something, yeah, let's head a little bit closer to the road and see if we can hear anything.
Okay. So you make your way closer to the road and roll another perception check.
Okay.
Oh, that won't work on
Okay. So, James, you hear nothing. You still don't really know if she was hearing things with all this commotion stuff she's been talking about. Ronya, as you get closer to the road, you still aren't really getting words per se. You're just kind of you're hearing more crying, and like you hear a couple screams in the distance, like from, either way down the road. But not like people are yelling at each other, probably. More like they're
Okay.
making sounds, but they're not talking, so you don't get words out of it.
Huh. Okay. Gonna get closer.
Okay. Are you going to get close enough where you can see the road?
Um, well, let's get right up to the edge of cover at least.
Okay. Are you
And
trying
I
to be
assume we could
stealthy
kind of.
with
I mean, we
5
have
horses?
horses with us, so yeah. I mean,
I can't stealth if my life depended on it.
well,
So you're
I mean, I'm not
kind
exactly like I'm not like sneaking, but we're going, sort of slowly and carefully, and you know,
of okay.
I guess sort of quiet-ish.
Okay. Also, I'm going to move you guys back to here so we can sort of see the map of the area. Yeah, and I just have your little icons there because I just copy pasted them to everything, so then you always have them. Whether you need them or
Okay.
not, whole different question. But that's sort of where, like, you guys right now are kind of in the Sultan area. So you're kind of like in this area right here.
Okay.
And where you're trying to go is over here. Now that we finally have a map, I can show you guys these things, which doesn't show up on that map, but that's fine. So you're just trying to go, you've still got quite a ways to go. It's probably about 45 miles based on the last time you talked to Rusty about what was going on.
And that's the guy's camp that you just
Yeah, he
indicated,
was
right?
outside of Wellington.
Okay. All right. Well, can we get to like the edge of the trees where we can see the road?
Yeah. So you get to where you can see the road, and you notice that the traffic is still, like, some people are still trying to go, like, out of town, but for the most part, most of the cars are stopped. Their engines are off. They're just sitting there. But some cars are still, like, kind of trying to drive along the edge and, like, weave around people. But it's not working very well for them, but they're maybe kind of getting a little, like, so there's still some movement, but very, very little. For the most part, everything's just stalled out. And when you look sort of into the cars, you notice that some of them have some people sitting, but a lot of them are just empty.
So if there are empty cars there, do we see people walking?
Yeah, not very many, but you see a couple of people walking in either direction. They're not really like talking to each other, just kind of, head down, going. A couple people that you see walking look like they're totally ill prepared. They're just, like they just drove away and now they're stuck. So they're kind of
Definitely don't want to be seen with supplies.
Yeah, if people aren't looking very good, it might be dangerous.
So I looked at, what do the people closest to me look like?
The ones that are walking? Or the
Yeah,
ones in cars?
either whoever's actually closest that I can see.
Okay. So closest to you right now is someone in a car. And roll another perception.
Okay.
Okay. You see that it's just a single woman in a car. Blonde, but that's all you can tell. She's kind of like leaning over the steering wheel like she's taking a nap.
Okay. James, I'm gonna go and try to talk to someone and see whether anybody has any more information. Can you watch the stuff right here?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, without, carrying a bunch of obvious, things that people might want to take from me, I slowly approach that car, and I want to try and knock on the window.
Okay. So, knock, knock, knock. There's no response.
I can see in it now, right? Does she look okay?
Roll another perception.
Okay.
She isn't moving. She's just laying there. Either she's a super heavy sleeper or something's wrong.
I try the door.
And you open it.
And it opens?
Yeah, it opens,
Okay.
no problem.
Excuse me, ma'am?
No response.
Hello?
She's just laying there.
I close the door, go around to the driver's side,
Okay.
or maybe I was there to begin with. I don't know.
Probably not, because we drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I was assuming I was on that side.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
I guess I was assuming you're on that side.
So I go over and open up the driver's side door. And okay, so now I'm like right next to her without touching her. Now can I see better?
You can, like, if you're sort of looking in at her, you can see that she doesn't seem to be breathing.
Oh dear. Does she look like injured? Is there blood or something?
No, she looks fine. Just
okay.
Apparently, still just her head's down on the steering wheel, but you don't see her back moving at all.
Okay, I very carefully reach out and kind of gently shake her shoulder.
Okay, and it's kind of stiff and cold when you go to shake it.
Oh dear. Yikes. I look around at the other cars around me. Do I see any other people?
Yeah, there's people in quite a few of the cars.
Do they look awake?
Now that you're looking, it looks like everybody is sleeping or something that is still in their cars. Except for like the couple of cars you can see in the distance behind and ahead of you that are still sort of moving.
Okay, that's really scary. How far to the closest car that I see signs of life?
It'd probably be like a good half a mile. Like you can just see movement of cars. You don't really, you assume that there's people alive or okay if their cars are still moving, but you can't actually see the people. And then there's the people who are walking.
Yeah, are there any people walking that are a little closer?
Yeah, there's one that's maybe like between an eighth and a quarter of a mile away that's walking away from you.
Okay, first I'm gonna sort of book it back to James.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think most of the people in all those cars are actually dead.
Dead.
One lady, I went to one car and she was not alive. And, like, all the other cars I could see, there was no sign of life in them. I'm really pretty freaked out right now.
Okay.
Do you think we can talk to some of those people walking around and see whether they have any more info?
As well. Maybe they at least witnessed something happen.
Yeah. Okay. So how close are we now? We're about a quarter mile away, you think?
From the closest person, yeah, that's walking. Like, it's kind of a straight sections, and it's a freeway, so it's really big, so you can see for quite some ways. And there's just, a couple people walking towards you from quite a ways away, and a couple people walking away from you. So there's movement of people walking as well as a little bit of movement from cars, but there's like maybe a total of 5 people that you can see walking.
So I want to try and look. Are any of them walking towards us, or are they all walking the other way?
Yeah, there's a couple that are walking towards you, but they're further away yet.
Okay. Can we sort of start making our way to them, but under the cover of the trees?
Yeah, it's going to be slow going because it's pretty thick tree growth right by the freeway.
If there's someone coming at us, you could just, wait.
Well, yeah.
If we can see them, can't be that long.
Okay, we could wait for them. You want to do that and then sort of come out when they're near?
Not when they're too close, because
Ambush
that might
them.
be startling.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, I mean, I meant near as in relative to half a mile. I don't mean like jump out in their face. Okay. So yeah, let's do that then. We'll wait. Maybe take the horses a little further back away from the road.
Yeah. They could
And then-
potentially be real targets.
Yeah. And then, watch and wait for the people to come a little closer. Do you want to go out and talk to them, James, or should I?
You're better with people than I am.
Okay. So, when they get, I don't know, 20 yards away or so, I step out of the cover and wave to them.
Okay. So the people coming towards you, it looks like a couple. And they're clearly together and they're holding hands. And they see you and they still kind of startle a little bit, but not like, but they kind of, they jump a little bit, and then the woman sort of cautiously raises her hand and waves back at you. Hello? Are you sick?
Hi. No, I don't think so. Do you have any idea what's going on?
About what? The whole world's falling apart. And she
I
looks
know.
a little hysterical, and the guy sort of puts his arm around her shoulder and pats her shoulder.
Well, my friends and I had been out camping, and we noticed that all the machines stopped working, but I just came to the highway, and what's wrong with all these people?
Oh, you've missed a lot. The people, I don't know, but I assume that there's some disease going around, and people they're just dying. They're fine one second, and then they're dead the next second, and nobody knows why or whether it's contagious. So, keep your distance, just in case. And everything's just crazy, and sometimes the technology just quits working, and then sometimes it works. And she looks at the man and just kind of folds herself into his shoulder, and he keeps his hand on her shoulder and looks at you guys and says, that's about the gist of it. I wouldn't go back to town if you're from town. It's pretty bad back there.
Yeah. I mean, we noticed the technology stopped working, but when did people start dying?
Oh, feels like forever ago, but it was probably really only a couple days ago. It was slow at first, but it's sped up in the past day. At least we've been walking. We tried to drive out of town, didn't get very far. Um, and we've been noticing more and more people the past
Have the
day.
people shown any? Did they look sick before they died? Did they?
No, like Linda said, it's just they're just there 1 second and then they're not. I haven't. I think. We, honey, did we see anyone actually die? And she shakes her head. I don't think we've actually seen anyone die, but based on their positions, most of them, if they're in their cars, they're just in their cars. They don't look like they've tried to get out or do anything. So we are assuming they're
Oh,
just immediately dying, but we don't really know.
wow, that's really terrifying. Thank you so much for telling us. Uh,
Yeah. If you've been camping and you've got the supplies, I'd stay out here, at least for a little while. Try to miss the worst of it.
okay, we'll keep away from town. Thank you so much, and I wish you guys the best, whatever that is right now.
Yeah. Thanks. Just gonna just gonna keep going. Try to get out in the woods, I guess. Not that either of us knows much what to do out in the woods, but we'll figure it out.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm gonna head
You
back to
have
my friends
someone
and
with you, right? It's not just you?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Just checking you. I mean, I'm sure you're very capable, but you're very small. I just want to make sure you're all
Uh,
right.
I'm not by myself. I'll be okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck and don't get sick.
Right.
God bless,
Got
I
it.
guess. I don't even know anymore, but good luck. And they keep walking.
Okay. I run back to James and basically report the contents of that entire conversation.
Okay.
But you don't think that's what happened to our friends, right? I mean, it's not like bodies have disappeared or anything. That we would have.
No, they said other people. They said just died, and as you can see, there are plenty of bodies.
So we
Um,
would have. They would have still.
if the same thing happened to them, they would still be there.
Oh my God, though. I hope they're okay. What on earth is going on? What do we do now?
Keep going, I guess.
The way we were going to begin with?
What else are we gonna do?
I I guess you're right. There's not really any other. Okay. So I just kind of feeling desperate, just check my phone again to see whether it has any reception.
It like last time, it does look like there's some kind of service. The call just didn't
Uh,
go through when you tried to call Leo.
I try calling my home.
Okay. Roll a percentile.
Okay. Just a second.
Okay. It again, the call just doesn't go anywhere. Whether
Okay.
there's service or it's just localized or what. Like, I mean, you don't know, but it's not going through. You just try to call and it doesn't even ring. It just is like empty.
Okay, I turn it off and put it away.
Okay.
Um, well, I mean, I'm worried about my family, but I'm also, if what they say is true and it's contagious, we definitely don't want to be in the big city. So, yeah, I guess we'll just keep going. Let's go back to our camp and alter the note so they know where we're going.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So,
that's
So you make your way back to your camp and everything's exactly like it was when you left it.
is the note still there?
Yep. It's starting to look like a little bit wet because you put it on the ground with a rock over it, so it's a little smushy.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking, pinned to a tree might make more sense.
Do you have a pin?
I'm sure it's not that hard to find a hard stick.
Okay. So I'll get a new note and I'll write again my initials with my phone number and I'll tell them we're really worried about you guys, but we don't know what to do, so we're heading off to our original destination. And I'm not putting any more details than that.
Okay.
And if possible, pin it to a tree.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Okay.
James, you can too if you want to help her try to pin it to a tree. All right, yeah, no, you're able to find a stick that you can kind of, push in between some bark, and it seems pretty solid. Turns
Okay.
out it's not really that hard after all.
Okay. So, yeah. So we left a note, and I'm gonna let James navigate, and
Okay.
yeah, let's, I guess, strike out in the direction we were headed.
Okay, so how are you guys going to do that? Are you going to go by the, because it's getting, like, you're reaching a point where it's not really clear outside of the road. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to
that's
walk.
what I was
Like,
wondering.
there's a
Like,
ton of
if
undergrowth.
yeah,
Yeah,
if we're not on the road, we're not really moving.
yeah.
Well, guess we will get on the road.
With all our horses and supplies?
And you no longer,
Um,
oh no, you still have Rusty's Atlas, so you could look and see if there were side roads or something, but
I mean, yeah, we can check. I don't think it's super likely, but
Do you see another route, James, looking at the atlas?
I don't know. I've got
you've got the Atlas right in front of you.
that's not an atlas. That's a
No.
topical.
No, in game, you have the atlas right in front of you. So how
And
about
but I don't know. Maybe my character does, but
Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
So if I zoom in and see if there are any other little roads. Oh, that's not how I move the cursor though. It's really hard when I zoom in to find where we were. So you don't really see another route. You do notice that you're kind of right by a river. Whether or not that would provide better or worse walking, you don't really know. But other than that,
is
it's
it
pretty
going
much
in the
just the
direction
freeway.
we want? Is the river going in the direction we want to be going?
Yeah, see the river that's between like Sultan and Gold Bar?
Kind of. Wait, let me see what I can zoom in a little more.
I can see that at least.
Like that's, one potential way, or, there's like a road that goes around, but it's super far out of the way.
Okay. Do you want to try the river, James, or the road?
We could check it out at least.
Okay, let's go look and see whether the river banks are navigable.
Okay, so you just sort of make your way south, and eventually, I mean, it doesn't take very long, 'cause you're still in sort of some, territory that leads to the river that's been inhabited. And you make it to the river, and the river's running pretty high because it's spring, so there's not a lot of like bank at the moment, but at least from what you can see until the next bend, it looks like it might be an option.
Yeah, why don't we stick around here? It has the double benefit of less likely to run into people who might want to steal our stuff, and we have a water supply at any given time.
Okay.
So let's follow the river as long as it's going in the direction we want.
Okay. So you start following the river. And it turns out that one of the downsides of following the river is that very often there are streams that cross it or, like feed into it that you kind of have to like ford. Which the horses are happy with, but, you get a little damp even though it's actually not a horribly rainy, wet day. And you manage to get actually a surprisingly long way before you hit a point where the trees just kind of come straight down to the river, and it's just a tangled mess. It's jungle, you know.
Okay.
Back to the main one at that point.
To the road.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know which direction to go in?
North.
Okay. I'll follow you. You get to navigate. I will just follow.
There's a compass. We go that way.
Okay. I follow James.
Okay. James, make a survival check. Okay. You manage to find north on a compass and go north.
Good
There are a
job.
surprisingly large number of people who couldn't do that, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I went to basic training with them.
You hold it flat. You go the way the arrow points.
You'd think it would
I mean,
be
we're
that
not even
easy.
trying to go. We're not even trying to go a different direction. We're literally going the direction the arrow points.
Like the big N. Okay,
Technically, the magnetic north is not quite north, but close enough.
enough to hit a freeway
Yeah.
that's paralleling you. So it takes some maneuvering to get between the river and the freeway. But you do manage eventually to get back up to the freeway, where you're met with a scene very similar to the last one that you left, just a little further east.
Do we see very many people anywhere near us?
Again, there's a couple. There aren't very many that are like right by you, but there are a couple walking.
Okay, I want to be on my horse, not walking it right now, if that's
okay.
possible.
Yeah.
And maybe James could stay on foot if we need someone on foot for the horses, but I'm going to feel more comfortable up high.
So you can look down on people, or maybe.
Well, I'm worried when everything's falling apart like this. I'm worried that people won't be acting the way they normally would. So yeah, I'm gonna stay up on top there, and let's proceed with caution.
Okay. So you guys start making your way east along the freeway and up. You're now going pretty, like you can definitely tell that you're going up the mountain at this point. And the people who you can see walking happen to also be going the same direction as you. And at least at the moment, they're the two people that you see walking are ahead of you. You look back, you don't see anyone behind you.
Okay.
And
James, are you riding or walking?
I'll ride. See, you can lead horses as well, and that way we can probably go a little faster.
So you can lead them while riding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most horses will naturally follow anyway. Trained ones.
Okay. So I guess we would probably overtake those people if we're all riding.
Yeah,
All two of us.
probably.
Um,
And after a while,
So-
you start to overtake them. Like they're, much closer to you, and they hear like clump, 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 clump.
Preferably on the other side of the road, so they can't just grab if they go desperate.
Okay.
or, yeah, I mean, if there's any room just to give them a bit of a berth.
I mean, it's a
Plus, with
freeway.
the supposed disease going around, there's a totally built-in excuse to not want to get close to people.
Yeah.
So you make your way across the road, which, you can do. You just sort of weave between cars. Like it's not like they're, jam-packed. It's perfectly reasonable to weave between cars since they're all just sitting there anyway. And you notice... Yeah, what?
No, I was just gonna say I'm looking into them as we're passing them, still looking for signs of life inside the cars.
Yeah, you still see that basically everybody that you see in the car is not moving.
Okay. That's really not happy. Okay,
And from
moving
here,
along.
now that you've spent a little more time sort of around the interstate looking at what's going on, you would guess that about half of the cars that you see have people that aren't moving in them. Like it's
And the others are just empty.
and the others are just empty. Yeah.
About half of them. Wow. Yikes.
And some of them are just one person in the car, and some of them are multiple people in the car. You do see a couple where there's a couple people in the car, and then like some of the the back doors are open, or one of the the passenger door is open, but there's a person in the front seat and the back seat. So you see some things that aren't just closed up cars.
So not necessarily everyone in each group all died.
Sounds like it.
Okay, let's keep going, I guess.
Okay, so as you're overtaking these two people that are walking, you see, or they hear your clap, 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 and they look around towards you, and they sort of eye you and your horses, and they keep walking. But one of them sort of looks up and gives you like a little head jerk.
Kind of nod back and sort of
Just acknowledging someone else.
Yeah, I'll give a little wave and move on.
Okay, and you pass them. You're quite a ways away because it's like what, 6 lanes or something. It's a big interstate, so you're way on the other side.
Yeah,
and
but
you
I mean,
get
there's a
around 'em.
possibly deadly plague going around,
Right.
so
Yeah, so
People would be concerned.
okay. And are there going to be any little towns or something on the way?
yeah, there are a number of little
Okay.
towns.
Well,
There's the map right there.
There's a map right in front of you.
Maps don't mean a lot to me. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, now that you're on the freeway, occasionally you have to sort of like avoid cars because they're like all the way over onto the side of the road, like taking up everything. But you make much better time than you did along the river, certainly. And as you keep going, you see the occasional person that's walking either away from you that you can overtake, or towards you that you pass by. You continue to try to leave like big margins between you and the people.
Yep.
Okay. And it seems
I would expect half of them would try and do the same thing.
Yeah, you notice, like, you don't notice them necessarily crossing the road to avoid you, but you don't get any like confrontation or anything. Like, people sort of acknowledge you. Some of them wave, some of them sort of shout at you, or try to engage a little bit in conversation, but for the most part they just let you go as the day
Okay.
rolls on. And you're just going to keep going the rest of the day?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say every maybe couple hours I'll just really quickly check my phone again and try to make another phone call.
Okay.
See if there's any change in that situation.
Okay. So at one point towards evening, when you try to who are you trying to call over the course of the day? Like, just your parents, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to call home first.
Okay. You actually, the phone starts ringing.
Oh, okay. Listening.
And it rings, and it rings, and it rings, and then the voicemail comes on. And you get your
That's
parents'
almost
voicemail.
worse. I hope they're okay. I leave a message, guys. If there's any possibility, please call me back. I just want to make sure you're okay. And yeah, leave that.
Okay. So James, you note that she's actually talking to the phone for the first time.
Okay, try someone else.
Okay, I try Leo.
I'll try mine too.
Okay. Both of you guys roll percentiles.
Okay.
Okay. Card, you get the same thing where you just your phone call doesn't go through. Nothing happens. It's just dead. But Ronya, when you try to call Leo, it actually starts ringing. You have the miracle phone.
All right.
And after a couple rings, like, actually it connects and you hear, "Hello?"
Leo?
No, he's There's like kind of a long pause, and then I don't know where he is. Who is this? And how did is this phone working?
I don't know. I've been trying all day. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a friend of Leo's. We were out having a drink. He went somewhere like an hour ago and left his phone. I'm Rob. Um, Rob Torrento.
Uh, can you tell him that Ronya called and to please call me back if he's able?
Uh, how did you make the phone work? Like,
I
is
don't know.
mine
I've
gonna
just been
work? Like you
trying
hear
it
sort of you
all
sort of
day.
you hear.
I've just
No,
I
mine's
just
not
keep
working.
trying it. It's somehow connected.
Wow, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I'll let Leo know.
Is
Does
he
there?
okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. Things. Where are you? I mean,
Uh,
you know, are you in
we're
Seattle?
outside of town and there are people like dead
You sure
everywhere.
you want to tell this person we don't know everything?
I'm what else is there to tell? I imagine he's seeing things too.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
are
everyone's
there
like you guys are having this conversation, just sort of talking over
Oh.
you. Like everyone's dying
okay?
around here too. Like it's this crazy, creepy fucking ghost town. I keep expecting people to become zombies or something.
Yeah, it's kind of the same outside of town.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Well, please tell him if he's able to. Oh shoot! But I don't want to leave my phone on in case it dies. Um. Well, we'll get to a town where I'm going to charge again. I'll leave my phone on. Please tell him to try to call me if he can.
Oh yeah, no, what it was Ronya?
Yeah, Ronya.
Ronya. That's a weird name, lady. Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you.
You be careful. Don't die, okay? Like everyone's dying.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thanks. Uh,
All
bye.
right.
Hangs up.
Bye. James, I didn't tell him where we were. I said outside of town. That doesn't really narrow it down.
Yes, I know. I'm paranoid.
Well, I suppose that's understandable right now. Anyway, let's keep going. I didn't really get any new information out of that. I'm going to keep my phone on. Why don't you turn yours off to save power?
Okay.
Okay. So we keep going. I
Okay.
turn off all unnecessary app notifications on mine that might be sucking power from it.
Okay. You hit battery saver mode.
Exactly.
Okay. And that was it was, approaching dusk when you finally actually got through on the phone. So it's
Are
getting
we any closer to like a town or anything?
um you passed one town already. Like you sort of as you got up from the river you could see it behind you. And you can see
Okay.
ahead of you there's like, well, you've been seeing actually because you're on the freeway, like signs for, when the next exit is and when the next town is and stuff like the whole time. And so
Hmm.
you know that whatever Gold Bar is 1.5 miles ahead of you.
James, you
Exactly.
want to camp or try to go to town? James?
Probably stay outside just
Okay.
because we have lots of stuff that people would likely want with things going to hell.
Okay. Well, is there a place that we can make camp just a little bit like out of sight of the road? Like
Um,
we'll just
I mean, maybe. From where you can
Okay.
see, all you can see is just like dense, dense, dense forest either side of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go a little bit into the forest to the side of the road and just look for a clearing of some kind.
Okay. So you start bushwhacking?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're sort of working your way. You can't be on your horses at this point because your horse is just like, no, I'm not going in there. Are you crazy? So
Mm.
manage to sort of lead your horses in through the crazy tangle. You have to go through a blackberry bramble at one
Oh,
point.
fun.
Yeah, no, it's kind of miserable. This is land that they have let like grow up as much as possible so it looks pretty, right? Like it's
Okay.
already a tangled mess because of the area you're in, but around the interstate they let it grow up extra. So you manage to make your way in and sort of maneuver through that, sort of zone of let's make it look pretty. And you end up in, like, it's still really, really tangled and undergrowthy. You don't really see like a clearing ahead of you, you just see more forest.
Okay. Um, I mean, is there any area at least with enough space between the trees that we might be able to cut some space on the ground?
Uh, yeah, you could probably find something.
Okay. James, are you able to use that like weapon of yours to cut us some space on the ground to put some tents?
If I must, it's not really made for that, and it's not especially good for it.
Well, do you have a better idea?
The hatchets.
Oh, we have hatchets?
I grabbed
Okay.
some at REI.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try and hack some space to put our tents on.
Okay. So you guys hack away, and you eventually manage to clear a space. It's not very pretty. It might not be very comfortable, but it's space.
We could make enough for just maybe the one tent since there are only two of us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You need enough space that the horses can not, well, move a little bit. It's not like horses aren't used to stalls.
All right. So yeah, let's make the camp and set up one tent. I imagine if one of us is going to be keeping watch, we'll just have one person in the tent at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want first watch or second, James?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'm going to go into the tent and try to sleep.
Okay, and the horses whinny at you as you're going into your
Oh,
tent.
wait,
I will feed them while watching.
Okay, you do that.
Okay. So you still have some grain left, so that's not a problem. So you go to bed, Ronya, and it's quiet. You can hear like crickets, and you can hear some frogs. There are a lot of frogs actually, and you hear an owl.
Hopefully, I'm tired enough that it outweighs the spooked and lets me get a little sleep.
And eventually you do manage to go to sleep.
Okay.
James, you hear all of the same things. Obviously, you're out there. You're maybe a little freaked out because, you're not really a nature kid. But
I don't think that's the main thing freaking us out right now, but
yeah, and things are just crazy. Things are weird. But how long are you going to let her sleep before you wake her up?
What time did we go, or what time did she go to bed?
I don't know. What time did you go to bed?
when it got dark,
Okay, it's April, so what, like 7?
6 o'clock or 7, maybe, yeah.
It's not that bad, but she can have until about 2.
Ooh, that's a nice long sleep. All right.
So at round 2, wakes you up. It's really,
Okay.
really dark.
Okay.
Your turn. I'm
I
going to sleep.
okay. Anything to report?
It's the middle of the woods. Nothing happened.
Okay. Good night. And I go out and
Also, considering how difficult it was for us to get here, it's not like something's gonna sneak up.
okay. Yeah, so I go outside and trying to decide if I want to use my light or not. Maybe not. I let my eyes adjust to the light and look around.
A complete, utter lack of light.
Yeah,
Well,
it's really dark. Like there is a tree canopy that is covering up like the moonlight and the starlight. Like it's just really dark.
Okay, so I'm just sitting there with my ears pricked, kind of freaked out.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. I mean, I could use my light bracelet, but I'm afraid that that would just like make us a target or something. Just a second. Sorry. There we go.
Okay. You hear the owl hoots again a couple times. You hear some in the brush around you. And the crickets have long since gone quiet, but there's definitely like chirping sounds from everywhere, probably those frogs again, different ones. You even hear like maybe a bullfrog. Like it's a weird sound that you're not really used to. But other than that, it's silent.
Okay. I stay there kind of freaked out until it gets light.
Okay. Eventually, the light starts to emerge in the deep forest that you're in. Like it doesn't, you don't see any sun or anything, but you know, everything gets a little brighter. You start
Okay.
seeing actual green in the trees.
Okay. Once it's like, you know, light enough that you can sort of see without having to try super hard.
Hmm.
Um, I shake the tent.
Okay.
James, get up.
Mm.
James got the shorter sleep period.
Yeah, but I mean, it should be like what, 7,
Let's see. No,
6:30?
probably, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Equinox is what, in June? No, that's summer.
Anyway,
So, yeah, whatever.
get up, James.
Okay.
I'm really, really, really done with this sitting here in the dark thing.
Why do you sit in the dark?
Well, I was afraid if I turned on the light that it would make things that might not otherwise come at me.
Did you see how far we had to go to get away from the
Whatever,
road?
dude. It's light now. Let's break camp.
Okay.
So, yeah, pack up the tent. Eat some food from our supplies. And
Bushwhack your way
go back towards, back towards the road.
Okay, you managed to make it back to the road. No problem. You've already sort of bushwhacked a trail and it's still there. It is, however, starting to drizzle now.
Oh, goody. Mm-hmm. I put on a poncho
Okay.
from REI.
Okay.
It's a child's poncho.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
And the drizzle picks up a little
Well,
bit.
she could have gotten a kid's size.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of like pink with yellow piping.
Aw, I'm adorable. Okay, so we keep going up.
Yeah, so you make it back to the freeway and keep going east.
Yeah.
And this morning you don't see anybody walking. Everything's very quiet.
I checked my phone in case I somehow missed anything.
Okay. It's nothing, there's no missed anything.
Do we feel the pricklies today?
Except my phone is ringing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of phones.
Do you feel, no pricklies. Your phone turns on.
Okay.
Just you didn't miss anything.
Can we go to, try and go somewhere in town again where they'll let us charge? I want to keep my phone charged just in case it works.
Are you asking me?
James,
Okay.
James,
You can do whatever you want.
Sorry.
are you okay with going to town again, and seeing if I can charge my phone somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go and see whether there are any businesses that look like they're open.
Okay, so you make your way to town, and you get there. It looks, pretty empty, pretty closed down. There's a bunch of cars. Like, there's a bunch of stuff, but you don't see like people. Like it looks like again like there's just sort of endless cars, like people were trying to kind of go around or go through or do anything, and there are just this traffic jammed roads. But much like the freeway, many of the cars are empty, and the ones that aren't, they're just unmoving people in them. As you're getting in, taking the exit and going into town. And you get into town, and it's really sort of hard to tell if things are open or available. You see there is the, like the Chevron station, the big gas station has an open sign that's lit up, but you don't see anybody outside or around.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Are there
have to
any
go further into town to see more.
Are there any like little restaurants or cafes or anything like that?
Probably further in. That was just the first thing you saw as you came off the freeway was the big gas station.
What do you think, James? Should we try the gas station or try and look somewhere else?
I'd say preferably something more abandoned.
Abandoned? I was hoping to find a place that there were people in.
Oh, I guess we had different ideas. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna check in the gas station. So I go up to the door to the actual store part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And see if there's anybody inside.
Okay, do you try to open the door or just look through the door?
Start by looking through it.
Okay, do a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm perceptive today.
You are super perceptive. You look in the window and just kind of like hold your hands up so you can see better in there. And there's lights on the inside. You can see like the coolers that are pretty empty, but they're humming away. And as you look over, kind of to the other side, you see that off to the left, there's like a little sandwich kiosk. Or not kiosk, those like deli corner things. And you can see that there's a couple people back there that are moving.
Okay.
And that there's another person also off to the left from the main door that's off in sort of the other corner, just kind of sitting in a chair. Like just a, kind of a metal folding chair.
Okay. I turn back to James and say, well, there are people in here. Do you want to go inside or what do you think?
I'll hang out here.
Okay. Yeah, I pull on at this point I'm just on foot and James has all the stuff, right?
Yeah, I assume so. If you're leaving him out.
Yeah, so I'll just open the door and kind of, hello?
And all three of the people look at you. They're three men. And they all sort of size you up and look a little taken aback by how small you are. Like they're sort of careful not to show it, but you can see sort of this sort of the second look. Like, are you a kid? Are you like what's going on here? And then one of them, the one that was sitting on a chair, stands up and comes over towards the door, kind of behind the cash register, and says, "Hi, what's up?"
Are you guys open?
I guess.
I was actually hoping to charge my phone just in case there's a chance I can get a call through at some point. Is it okay if I plug it in here for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. We're just chilling.
Okay, thanks. I'll just charge it for 20 minutes or something. It's not totally empty right now anyway.
Okay, yeah. We also have chargers for sale. You want to take one?
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I can't work the cash register, so just, whatever.
I can have it?
Yeah. I mean, who wants it anymore?
Wow, thanks. Okay, I'll take a
Your phone
couple
doesn't
minutes,
work,
okay.
Like, phones don't work.
I know, I keep hoping it might later, and I want to keep it charged in case it does.
All right, whatever, lady. Do what you want.
Okay, so I take a few of the chargers.
Okay. And there are exactly that many. There are three. There's like one little, one of those little one-charge battery-looking things. And then two like kind of more substantial ones that say they charge like 2.5 times.
Okay, so I take them.
Okay.
Do you guys have any information at all about what's going on? We still have no idea what's happening.
I mean, not really. Yeah, you guys know what's going on? And the two that are hanging out behind the deli counter kind of shrug, like, no, it's all just crazy. He's like, yeah, no, I
Um,
mean, I don't know. People come, they go, they sit there and die, whatever. We're
have
just
you seen
here.
anyone actually die?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch that died earlier. We've been clearing them out of the damn store.
Do they just keel over? Like, what happened?
Yeah, pretty
We've seen
much.
bodies, but
They
we
like
haven't seen
walk in
anything.
and grab some chips or something. I do charge for food, by the way.
Okay.
And yeah, then they just like look like they're fainting or something, and they're dead. So we just haul them out back.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah, don't
goodness.
don't die. I don't. I mean, I guess you're small. Whatever. Do what you want.
I certainly don't intend to die. Thanks. Let's see. I pull out like $10 from my pocket
Okay.
and ask him for some, like, what do you have that is anything fresh still good?
Oh no, I don't have any fresh food. You can have a bag of chips though for that.
For $10?
Yeah, food's a commodity these days, lady.
Okay. Well, thank you. So I take one.
Okay. And you have like a very
Uh,
sparse selection. You've got like I mean, these are all like little bags of chips. There's
yeah.
like a potato chips and like a couple of just plain potato chips, Lay's potato chips, and there's one flaming hot Cheetos
I'll just take
and
a
one
regular
Cool
potato
Ranch
chip.
Doritos, and those are the
Oh
options.
no, I'm all about the Cool Ranch
Okay.
Doritos. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit there for, like 20 minutes, just enough so that my phone's topped off and thank them.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
okay, well, good luck.
Yeah, you too,
And
lady.
I'll run back out and see if James is still waiting for me, hopefully.
Is James still
James,
waiting
you
for
out
her?
there?
Yep, I'm still waiting.
I brought you some chips. I had
Yay.
I hand him some Cool Ranch Doritos. I was always taught that if you use a facility someplace, even if it's just your electricity, you should buy something. So I give him the chip. Um, and I guess we can move on. Is there anything else we should be looking for in town? How's our food supply?
I think we're still good on that.
All right
Especially
then.
because, we're missing two people.
Just like
I
walked
know, it's
away
freaking
without
me
him.
out. It's really freaking me out. I really hope they find that note. I mean, we're staying close to the road, and I've been keeping my phone on. Oh, but yeah, no, I left my phone number, and I've been keeping my phone on. Well, I don't know what else we can do. Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys go back to the freeway, keep going east.
Yep.
Okay.
And I keep, like, I've got my phone in my pocket, so I'll feel it if it buzzes.
Okay. And you start, going. Around noon,
Hmm.
you notice the tingling in the air comes back. And this time,
Oh,
because you're more attuned to it, you actually it almost feels like a wave hits you. And there's the tingling back.
James, do you feel that?
Felt something.
Just to double check, I try to turn on my phone.
Yeah, it's off.
Okay, I think we can tell the difference between, electricity versus magic times now. I still don't see any pattern, but let's go.
Okay. So you keep going. And after like 10 minutes after this happens, you're just walking, or you're walking your horses, you're I assume you're walking your horses versus, going faster. And all of a sudden, tingling goes away.
How long? It was only like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it shorter last time? I don't remember. Okay. I mean, again, with the absence of any other plan, just keep going.
Okay. And you get about another 15, 20 minutes, and the tingling comes back. It doesn't feel like a wave this time, it just comes back.
This is really weird. But again, not anything I can think of to do about it. Keep going.
Okay. Today you only pass 2 people on the road that are walking.
Okay, I wave to them as we go by.
Okay, and they wave back, and one of them sort of motions you towards you.
Okay, I go towards them, but not like all the way up to them.
Okay.
I kind of stop like 3 or 4 yards away.
Okay, and you're still on your horse?
Sure, I'll be on it.
Okay. So you get closer, and you see that these are 2 women. One of them has like long, dark brown hair that's really messily braided, and the other has bright red hair. It's really short, just like this little flame bush on top of her head. And the woman with the red hair is the one that waved you over, and she goes, "Hey, we haven't seen anyone today. What's going on out there?"
No idea. I was hoping you might know. Half the people we've passed are dead. The other ones don't have any more clue than we do.
Wow. Okay. Where are you heading?
We don't really know. I mean, just we had to leave the city because we were afraid if there's some contagion, we don't want to be around too many people. So
Right.
just sort of away from the city rather than any destination. What about you guys?
We were just through hiking, actually, and came across the freeway like this. And you notice now that both of them have, full-on backpacks. They look really geared out. And this is just like we came upon this, and it's crazy, and we don't know what's going on.
Sounds like we're in pretty much the exact same situation. We were on a camping trip when all this happened, and we're just trying to stay away from the city.
Yeah, so
Sorry, I
what's going
can't give
on
you
in
any
the
more
city?
info. I just heard, all I've heard so far from the people we've passed is that people are dropping like flies with no explanation.
Wow, it's crazy, and you can see her just like looking at all the dead people in the cars, and
Yeah.
they both are just look sort of dumbstruck, like sort of how you did when you first got to the road. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess if we're all going east, do you want to walk with us?
Can we keep a little space just in case there is some contagion? I mean, no offense or anything. It's just
Oh.
I'm pretty freaked out.
Yeah, sure. We just, company's good. Maybe not. Is company bad now?
I really don't know. Let's ask my friend over here, James.
Yes,
Is it okay if they join us for a bit?
I suppose.
Well, thanks. Oh, I'm Elise, and the one with the brown hair, and she kind of stops trying to shake your hand, and the one with the brown hair looks up and goes, "Yeah, I'm Adele. Hi,
Hi, I'm Ronya.
Ronya. That's a pretty name.
Thanks. It's Swedish.
Oh, cool. Is your
Yeah.
family from Sweden?
I guess somewhere back in the lineage. More Norwegian though.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
Yeah,
So you guys are campers, huh?
but just because I'm nervous about everything that's going, let's keep moving.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they kind of look at each other and shrug, and start walking.
I just feel so helpless that at least walking makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, so you said you didn't know where you're going either?
Right now just east.
Okay.
Do you guys have a destination in mind?
Well, we were going up to the Canadian border, but I mean, we're just doing a through hike. So now, like, they kind of look at each other and like, we don't know, like, what to do.
Well,
It seems sort of
maybe
silly
we'll
just
come across.
to hike at this point.
Yeah. Well, maybe at the next town we'll find some people who know what's going on.
Okay, yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, the rain's definitely coming down, isn't it? And it's like, it's steadily increasing as the day progresses. All right, and they both just kind of like put their heads back up because they've taken them down to talk to you, but they put them back up and start trudging along. And they're like walking as fast as your horses. Like these are really trained hikers.
Okay.
You can tell because they're just like they're going.
All right. So still heading east.
Okay. And are you staying within earshot of them?
Yeah, I mean, I figure we just keep them like maybe just a few yards between us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After a while, Lise looks over and she's like, "So, it's kind of a weird question, but have you noticed that the air is like kind of tingly lately sometimes?"
Oh, you noticed too.
Yeah, like we both did, but it seems like a weird thing to ask people?
Well, as far as I know, some people have noticed and some haven't. This is
Oh,
an even weirder question,
yeah?
but have you found that you can do things you couldn't before?
What do you mean?
Um, it's a really, really, really weird question, but see that stick on the ground?
There's which one?
Well, just like a little one in front of you.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Um, yeah, this is dumb, but for just try and lift it up with your brain. Just humor me.
Okay. She looks at the stick and sort of concentrates on the stick and then looks over at Adele and Adele's like, whatever, and shrugs and sort of looks at the stick too. And then the stick lifts. They're like, whoa, holy shit! And it like falls back to the ground. Did you, what? And they're just like, um, so, that's, wow, was that you or me? And Adele's like,
I
I
don't
don't
know which one of
know.
you guys did that. Well, here, try two different sticks this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay. So they're like, okay, I'll do that stick and you do that stick. It's really fucking weird. Like, are you okay? Okay. So then they both concentrate on their sticks, and Adele's goes back up, and Lisa's like, "Shit! I wanted it to be me. That's so fucking cool." And Adele is just like, kind of like crowing over it a little bit, like, "What? How did you know that was a thing? Like, what's going on?"
Um, Same thing with me. Someone told me they could do it and asked me to try, and I was able to lift the same thing. I don't think James could, but yeah, apparently some people can ever since whatever happened happened.
Huh? You can't, James?
Not that.
What can you do? Can you do something?
Kind of.
Oh, like what?
Um,
They're
I
like super
can
excited. Like this is, magic fun parlor trick time.
I can heal minor wounds by touching someone.
Oh my God, that's so. Maybe I can do that. Like I don't know. Is anybody wounded?
I've been taking pretty good care of myself, actually, but thanks.
I mean, there's dead people, but I feel like that's a little different than minor wounds.
that goes a little beyond
Yeah,
my rule.
I can't do a damn thing about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is crazy. So this is
It,
something to do with the tingling in the air?
yeah, it's harder to do when the tingling stops. It's been kind of coming
Huh.
on and off lately.
Yeah. I mean, sort of. Like every
It,
couple days.
yeah, it seems connected with the tingly feeling.
Huh. So what else can you do? What can I do?
I have no idea. We have not figured out more than this right now.
Oh,
So far, I
okay.
can just lift small things. It's not that useful, but it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool. I just want to lift everything. Except I can't lift anything. Adele, I want you
Yeah.
to lift everything.
I
And
don't think
Adele just sort
heavy
of
things
laughs.
work that well, but yeah.
Oh my God, I
Anyway,
wonder.
let's.
Oh, wait,
Hmm.
what?
I was just gonna say, let's keep going. I keep hoping we'll run into someone who
Oh,
knows what's
yeah,
happening.
right. Sure. So you plod along further, and it starts to get a little darker. Oh, you did pass. Did you pass another town? I can't tell. James's icon is on top of it. Oh no, that's the town
Yes,
you were
that's the
at.
one.
No, there's a long time before the next town.
Yes.
So you don't get to another town. You do see some places as it starts to get dark that might be like, I mean, you're getting really high up in the mountains at this point, and it's
Hmm.
getting, rainier and it's getting cold. You see places that are more bare patches, not necessarily right by the freeway, but you can see them from the freeway.
Okay.
That, maybe not really grassy patches necessarily, but like more bare patches.
Okay. Um, yeah, if it's getting late, let's try and make camp again.
Okay.
Um, I'm assuming since our new companions have packs that they have their own supplies. Um,
That's probably a valid assumption. You could ask them.
yeah. So guys, you want to set up our tents and stuff somewhere nearby?
Oh, yeah, sure. And I kind of look around. Yeah, right there would probably be a good spot. This if you have horses. Well, I mean, it'd still be all right. And you look and you can see like they have picked out like this perfect little spot that's like really flat. Like they know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
And it's
It's
even like
getting really cold and
accessible,
wet.
from the road. Like, okay,
Oh, and
yeah.
one other thing, at one point there was this really, really, really big animal that didn't seem natural around here. So I really do think it's best if we keep watch at night.
Oh, what kind of big animal?
Like a huge snake, and huge snakes don't live in Washington. So
No, you don't think it was like
Actually, that
someone's
type of
python
snake
or
doesn't
something?
live anywhere.
Oh,
No, it was bigger than the largest python I've heard of, and it was venomous.
oh,
yeah, so we should definitely have someone keeping watch just in case something terrifying appears out of nowhere again.
yeah. Okay. Um, okay. So we just want to like take turns? I mean, suddenly I feel like I'm in a fantasy novel or something.
I know yeah, I don't even know what I can take for granted at all right now, but yeah, let's do that.
Does that mean that we get to eat hardtack and cheese?
If you have any, be my
No,
guest.
we just have, we just
I have
have.
granola bars.
Oh man, we at least have freeze-dried food.
Okay, so yeah, let's pitch our tents.
Okay, so is it like a problem to start a fire?
I don't see why. Let's go ahead. It's cold.
Yeah, and we have to cook our food.
Yeah,
I mean, we've
I
got
think fires.
a little cooker thing, but fires are way more fun.
Yeah, well, plus it's cold, so
Plus it's cold.
I'm all for fire.
Yeah. Okay. James, you want to get the fire pit, like get a fire pit ready? And
Sure.
um,
Ronya?
Ronya, sorry. You want to go grab some firewood? Um, Adele, you want to go grab fire? Like anything that's sort of dry. And then I can try to put together a fire.
Sort of dry. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
try.
I mean,
Uh,
it's raining. So if you go, do you know how to find good fire? You were camping. Never mind, you're fine. Like you could
so
tell
I
she's just
assume
really
that.
used to giving directions about people who know nothing about camping.
Okay. I assume that since James is handling the fire pit, that he's staying close enough so that I mean, like I want to trust these people, but don't want to just leave my horses with them. So anyway,
Yeah, I mean, James is if he actually does do the fire pit, he'll probably be there.
okay.
Hmm.
So I sort of nod at James, make sure he's there, and start uh, digging around looking for dryish stuff.
Okay. And Adele goes off and does the same thing. She goes like straight for the really big trees and goes like underneath the sort of not canopy when it's conifers, but like underneath
Hmm.
where it's more dry. Like she also knows exactly what she's doing.
Hmm.
And Elise starts gathering, like she's kind of digging around in the dirt, or not the dirt, but like the underbrush, like finding really small little things, twigs and
Hmm.
stuff that are really dry. And after a while, she comes back and she's like, well, I mean, I guess that's a fire pit.
I come back with what I've found. Hopefully, it's something.
Okay. And she looks over. She's like, well, okay. Nope, that'll be all right. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna fix your. I mean, it's a great fire pit, but if you just do this, and she kind of like makes more area and sort of gathers in some rocks and stuff. She's like, well, then you're less likely to start a forest fire. Um, but it was a really good fire pit. And then she starts putting together her little pile of super dry stuff and goes back to her backpack and pulls out a match and lights a little bitty fire and she gets it going and then puts on some of Adele's wood until it's really going and then she puts on a little bit of your wood.
All right.
She's like, yay,
I
we
sit
got a
next to
fire.
it. I sit next to it and stick a stick in it
Okay.
and play with the fire on the end of the stick
Okay. She's kind
because that's what I do at campfires.
of now if only we had hot dogs or at least
Or
marshmallows.
marshmallows. Yeah.
Yeah. Someday. I mean, I don't. How's food? Oh my God. If everybody's like crazy, what is it like?
So far we've only seen like a convenience store up till now. They didn't have any fresh food, but they were selling bags of chips at gouging prices.
Wow. They didn't have any
Um,
marshmallows?
I didn't check.
Okay, no, that's fair. Next town, we're getting marshmallows.
All right, it's a plan.
Huh.
Okay, so I forgot what kind of food we got at REI, James, but let's get some of that out and eat it.
You
I know we got
got like
food.
all the
I
freeze
just
dried
don't
food that was there.
remember. Okay,
Or not
so
all
we'll
of
have
it, but you got
some.
like a ton of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, you pull some out and they pull some of theirs out. And like, well, here's to the most exciting of meals.
Yay!
What have you guys been doing for water?
Filters.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
just used filtered water on like the rivers and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean, obviously that's what we've been doing. But just wanted to make sure you guys were set.
Yeah, we grabbed a bunch of camping supplies before we came out, so we're not experienced campers, but we've got stuff at least.
Okay. Well, if you need a hand with anything, let us know. We've been doing
Thank
this
you.
like forever.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And Adele goes off. She's like, I'm gonna go find like a creek or something. Does anybody want to come? We need to refresh our water.
Uh,
And what about your horses?
James,
Don't they need to get watered?
Okay. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
James,
So
why
I'll
don't you
take him
take the
down.
horses and I'll stay here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she kind of stops for a minute. She's like, really hard to hear creaks over the rain. Which way? Kind of looks at you.
Did we pass it earlier?
No, I haven't passed a creek. I mean, not for a little ways.
Okay.
No, just guess. Like we can
Uh,
go whichever way. It doesn't matter. We
okay.
just have to find one.
Oh, okay. I thought that we like knew where one was.
No, I just thought I'd let you pick first.
Okay, that way randomly.
Okay. So you start kind of trudging that way, and it's they picked an area where it was pretty easy to get through. Like it's not as tangled, undergrowthy. And after a little while, you do actually manage to find like a little sort of not a very big creek, but like a little rivulet creek that
Good
has
enough.
probably come about just because it's raining. And she's like, "Oh, this will do. Good pick. Good job." And starts, filtering her water. And then, like, as she's doing that, roll a perception check, James. Okay.
That's not a good perception check.
Yeah, no.
You've got a lot on your mind.
Yeah.
Kitty cat! Sorry, I
But
just
she looks up, like, across the creek and goes, "Hey, are there supposed to be, like, ruins out here?" And you sort of
No.
look the way she's pointing, and you see, like, ruins. Like, it looks like you are in not a jungle, but, like a temperate rainforest jungle that has like old quasi-Grecian ruins. Like just this building and some like rock work in front of it. It's really pretty.
Okay, this is weird.
in Western Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to check it out?
We might want to go get the others first.
Okay. No, that makes sense. All right. Let's just finish getting the water. And she just sort of
Yeah.
finishes filling up their water bottles. And she's like watching it super intently the whole time. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Like she's, checking out the area to make sure she knows where she is. Hi, Drake. Hi, Kat.
Mhm.
Yes, I love you too.
Oh, I was wondering what that sound was. Okay.
My cat doesn't really make a whole lot of noise.
Yeah, he makes a lot of noise. He meows all the time. I don't know why. So you make your way back to camp,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
them.
and Adele is like, "Hey guys, do you know of any like old ruins around here?"
Definitely
Elise
not.
is just like, "No, that's really weird. Maybe there's like some eccentric person who built ruins. What, did you see ruins?"
I feel like even if it were eccentric person's ruins, we would know about it as, hey, you know that weirdo with the ruins up north of Seattle?
Yeah, you guys
Or
are
east
local,
of Seattle
right?
or whatever. Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah. Huh. Weird. Do you want to check it out?
Well, it's already getting dark. Why don't we go in the morning?
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good idea. Unless, like, what if there's something that's, I mean, I guess that's it's gonna be there or not, whether we go look at it or not, right? If there's something weird there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd rather go when it's light.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Just really curious. That's really weird.
I'm
It
super.
was really weird.
Yeah? What did it look like?
Like something you might find in Greece.
Weird. Huh. I mean, like,
Um,
isn't there like a mini Stonehenge down a ways?
There is a mini
Maybe it's something like
Stonehenge, but
that?
it's
No, not remotely like that.
Huh. Okay. This will be fun. All right, let's go to bed.
Who's taking first watch?
Oh, right, that's right. I don't know. I mean, I can. And Adele's like, yeah, I'll take second, I guess.
Um, I'll take third.
Okay. James, you want, I guess you got fourth.
Okay.
All right. How long do we do watch this for? Like, how have you
I
guys been
think
doing
about
this? I guess there's only two of you, so it's probably different.
Yeah, just divide it up.
if there's four of us, we could just do 2 hours each. That should be enough.
I mean, that gives each of
Maybe
us like 6 hours if we go straight
6
to
hours.
sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2.5 each.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, why
Hmm.
exhaust ourselves?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, have a good night, guys.
You too.
Thanks. And Elise is just kind of sits back on her little seat by the campfire, puts another log on it.
I've got all my packs in my tent with me.
Okay. Your tent, did you set up two tents for you guys or just the one tent again?
Well, if they had their own, we may as well just do one.
Okay.
Okay, it's
But then it's
really
gonna be really
crowded with all
full.
your packs.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
very
oh.
full.
Ready? Okay, so you guys jam yourselves in your tent with all your goods.
Yes.
And go to sleep.
I'm sort of on edge, so I'm not super. It's gonna take me at least an hour or so to fall asleep, but I'll be lying
Okay.
down.
Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Kitty. Yes, you were such a good player of fetch. I got him started. Now it'll never end.
Oh.
Um, okay. Ready? So, it has been 2 hours. Do you guys need to take a break?
Quick break would not be
Okay.
amiss.
Yeah, no, we can definitely take a break. I just realized, sorry, I mean to do that for like an hour and a half. Sometimes I get caught up. Okay, so I'm going to go to break screen. And if you guys want to mute yourselves, we'll play some music. And then we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, guys.
All right.
Oh, I did that wrong again. Let me go back to here. I forget every time. Okay, now it's good. So we are
Okay.
back. I want stuffed peppers. I couldn't eat stuffed peppers. They would kill me right now.
Oh.
But everything sounds good. I went to the co-op the other day to get just like, some groceries that I could eat.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, I think, I don't know, like Polish sausage or hot dogs or something that I could smell grilling. And it just
Oh.
about killed me that I couldn't eat one because I was so hungry and everything smells
Oh.
so good now. But I get to eat applesauce
Mm.
and rice with chicken broth and the occasional mashed potato. So if I'm feeling adventurous.
Well, hopefully you'll be healthy again soon and you can celebrate with a feast.
Yay, food. Sounds like a good plan.
Stuffed peppers! Yay!
Oh, somebody tried to talk to me. Oh, that was bad. Go away. Okay. Um, my cat, I brought a glass of water because I thought, water is good.
Mm-hmm.
And someone else thought the water was good. And now it's being very, very well drunk by my cat.
Oh.
He's really excited about it.
He's like, oh, thank you for me.
Yeah, I just cleaned your water thing today, Drake. It's clean water.
Mm-mm-mm.
But whatever. All right. Well, now I
I've
have
got my
cat
cat
water.
right here.
Yes, I have a cat that now that he's drunk my water, he's gone.
Oh.
Because, it's not as much fun anymore.
Is yours sleeping? Is Cecil sleeping?
Yep.
Oh.
Cats are fun.
Maybe someday I'll get my pets on here.
Yay, you
I,
can
I
feed
liked
him
it. I
and
liked
hold
what you
him.
did last week with them. It was funny.
What, when my pets escaped and freaked me out? I have 3 degus, and apparently I didn't shut their cage properly one time when I was feeding them last week, and I was sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden one of them ran across my foot and freaked me out.
I was
But
talking to her
luckily,
at the
it
time.
was
It was
your
funny.
pet and not a mouse or a rat.
Well, it was a mouse or a rat, but it was
Well,
my pet.
a different sort of mouse or rat.
Yeah. So, anyway.
All right. You guys ready to jump back in?
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys are sleeping, and nothing happens. Eventually, you get woken up for your shift.
Oh, yeah, I'm third, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for waking me up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I go and sit by the fire, keep poking it with the stick and looking around as I'm on watch.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay. Wow. That was not the most necessary 20 ever. You managed to
I
keep the
know.
fire going.
All right. Yay, not
Really
20.
well. It's a
Okay,
beautiful
then.
fire.
It's so nice. I'm enjoying staring at the glowing ember in the end of my stick.
Okay.
Okay. Anything
And
interesting during my 2.5 hours?
no, it's just raining, cold, dark.
Okay.
Pretty miserable, actually.
I go back to our tent, like, shake it and go inside. And as I'm getting in my sleeping bag, I'm like, it's your turn, James.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Which one? Oh, him?
Yeah.
Don't mess with our fire.
All right, you are able to keep the fire going. It's not easy. It is raining and everything is wet. But you've got a good base, good coals, and you managed to keep it going. Barely. But you do.
Mhm.
And as the sun starts rising, and you can actually see it from where you are because you're kind of up on top of a mountain now. You hear. Actually, do a perception check. Okay, yeah. You hear, it's not faintly, but a distance away, some howling.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like wolfy howling?
Do you either of you, do you know what wolves sound like?
Well, as much as anyone who's seen TV has.
Okay, I
Does.
mean, yeah, probably wolf howling. I don't know. Wherever your imagination takes you, you hear howling.
I will pay attention
Okay.
because it seemed to be getting closer.
And they do seem to be getting closer. Not rapidly, and they're still quite a distance away. But, the howling might be getting a little closer. And,
Might want to wake other people up then.
yeah, I mean, it's about time to wake him up anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm getting up and putting my stuff together. Do I hear anything as well?
If you stop and listen. No, maybe they've stopped.
Okay.
Don't hear any howling. And the girls get up and their stuff is just like back in their backpacks in, 10 minutes.
Nice.
And then they sort of stretch out in front of the fire. God, it's still raining. So you heard wolves, huh? Wolves don't live around here.
Well, Western Washington, yeah, they kind of do.
Do they? I thought that they had been hunted out a long time ago.
Not a lot, but
I have
they've
no
actually,
idea.
recently they've even been to pack in Eastern Washington. They've been culling.
All right, well, that's cool. I'd like to see a wolf. That'd be fun.
More in Eastern, there are a lot more in Eastern.
Yeah, no, because they're coming over from like Idaho, right?
But they do
I really doubt they would be a
exist.
threat to a group of people, though. I don't think they would try to attack us.
Yeah, no, I think we'd be fine. That's really cool.
Something like
Also,
that.
out of the game,
Normal one.
I'm having huge lag issues with both of you guys, so I think it's my end probably.
Okay.
Like I can't even really hear either. of
Yeah,
you.
like if I look at your stream, if I look at your stream, you're kind of pixely.
Well, I know I'm pixely. It's because I have to do this tiny little picture because I don't have two webcams. But maybe
Okay.
maybe we're coming out of it. Maybe it's just a bad moment. All right, never mind. Okay. If it gets bad again, though, I'll just redo the call because.
Okay. Well, I'm really interested in seeing these ruins you guys were talking about last night now that it's light out. Should we go check those out?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So
Okay.
Adele like leads the way back. She's kind of
Okay.
not.
They were that way.
Wait, what? Yeah,
Oh, I think we have a lot of lag for Dan.
Oh, is it Dan? It's not me.
Well, his response to you was late, so I think there's some lag.
Oh. Is this any better?
Maybe. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we're following Adele back towards the ruins.
Yeah. And Elise is like genuinely just bouncy. She's so excited about it.
All right.
Then they get, to where you can see it. And Adele's like, see? It's like right there. And it looks just like how you saw it before, James. Like it's looks like kind of like a Grecian ruin. Like not a big one. It's just like a little pagoda sort of size. But it looks.
But still really weird for here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's go up and inspect it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I just walk up to it.
Okay. The girls are kind of like a little hesitant. They're behind you. They've now heard horror stories about giant snakes.
I'm now just, I mean, I'm looking around me as I go, but I just walk up to it.
Okay, do an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like a crazy ruin. In fact, I'm gonna move you to the ruin so you can sort of see a little bit.
Okay.
It's a
Uh,
hole.
Just to be fair, I feel like I should point out that was a critical fumble, but on an investigation check, I suppose that's okay.
Yeah, probably. So you see,
A hole.
well, it's not. It's kind of a hole, but it's mostly just. I mean, this isn't the perfect picture, but it's mostly just like some like rock work with like an old ruin thing, you know, out around here, like an old pagoda that's fallen to ruin, and some rock work, and that's surprisingly loud. It shouldn't be that loud, but I don't know which one it is. What's this one? Oh, it is loud. Okay,
It's kind of pretty.
it is pretty. It was just really loud. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I go up to it and try to see, yeah, like what does it look like? Does it look like it's actually old? Has it been here a long time?
You don't know. It's hard to tell.
But it looks old?
It looks old, yeah. But it's in the forest and there's like stuff that could have overgrown it, and it's really hard for you to tell sort of how old it is or get any real feel for it.
I peek inside the door.
Okay. You peek inside the door, and inside you see what looks like a weird hybrid of like a cat and a person
Just standing there?
standing there. Well, actually, it's not
Does it-
it's kind of like crouched in the corner, like looking
Is
at
it-
you.
Oh, but it saw me too?
Yeah, it definitely saw you. You guys were not stealthy.
Okay, but it looks like part person, right?
Yeah, it's like
So
a
I kind
humanoid
of-
cat.
I
But
kind of
it's-
hold my
it's
hands out
large.
to show that I'm not holding any weapons. And I'm like, hello?
It sort of retreats back a little bit, and
Can you understand me? Can you speak?
who are you?
My name is Ronya. Who are you?
I sort of like gets up a little less scared, but still super leery of you.
Yeah.
I am Riverwild.
Riverwild. Where are you from?
Here?
What? You're from Washington?
What?
We're in Washington.
What's that?
The name of the state we're in.
Okay.
Here, I've got some friends with me. We're not going to hurt you, I promise. We're lost and we're trying to figure out what's going on.
I don't think
I'm
we were
just-
lost.
Well, we're trying to figure out what's going on.
That's true.
So, just a second. I'm just going to call him over here, but I promise nobody's going to hurt you, okay? So, I turn around to the other guys. I'm like, there's somebody in here. They don't seem dangerous at all, guys, so let's be friendly.
Elise is like, oh, okay. Like a hermit? Or like a camper?
I don't know. They said their name was Riverwild.
Like
You
a
should just
new
come
age camper?
come see them.
Okay.
Come on, Riverwild, you can come out and meet my friends.
After like an excruciatingly long time, sort of edges out of the door. And you can see now that, I mean, assuming it's like a human, it's definitely a male. And he is tall. He's like 6'5", and very lean. And he has 4 limbs. And, you know, he's standing on his hind limbs. He's definitely appears to be bipedal, but he also has, as he comes out sort of around the door with like this sort of lithe, very feline movement, despite being on two legs. You could actually see he's got a tail and he's got little cat ears and like sort of a cat-like face and covered in sort of like orange tabby fur. And he looks around and he's still a little crouched. It's like, what are you all doing here?
That's a good question. Where everything has been chaotic lately, and we're just looking for someone who knows what's going on.
What do you mean?
Haven't you noticed any changes around? I'm sorry, is that a costume?
What?
Your ears and tail.
He like reaches up and pats an ear. My ears?
How long have you been here?
I live here.
I'm so confused. You know what? Just everything is crazy lately. I don't even know what to doubt or what to assume. So that's what you look like. All right. Yeah. I'm not used to people having ears and tails like that.
All of my people have ears and tails. You have ears?
Are there? Well, yeah, but they don't look like yours.
No.
Are there any more of your people around?
Maybe. I haven't
I
seen
turned-
any for some time.
I turned to the rest of our little party.
Adele and Elise are just like... And Elise like is just bubbling over with excitement, but she is totally just starstruck kind of.
James, do you have any clue what's going on?
Well, maybe it's rather than our world is changing, it's sort of merging with another one.
I guess, because he said he lives here, but yeah, this here wasn't here before.
And he's still sort of looking at you. What do you mean?
Well, you said you hadn't heard of Washington, and that's where we thought we were. Where do you think we are? What is this place?
This is home.
Do you
It
have a
doesn't
name for it? Like the name of your city or country or land or anything?
It's that. No, not really. It's just home. It's our home.
Do you ever travel around, or do you always just stay in this house?
I don't like going out much.
I still just can't imagine that you could have been here all this time and no one would have seen you. Should we look around and see whether, like, Is the highway still there, guys? I don't even know anymore. Should we look for the highway and see if it's still there?
What's that?
It's a big road.
Oh. I don't know.
What do you think, James?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. This is the same as we saw last night.
But do you really think this has been here this whole time with Riverwild in it and nobody noticing this?
I mean, like, forever? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened when everything else went weird.
Yeah. But I feel like more things are changing more, and if we are, like you said, merging with another place, I wonder whether some of ours is disappearing as other stuff is appearing.
Well, there's no harm in looking.
How far were we from the highway before?
Not very far. You were like a 15-minute walk.
Okay.
So like maybe 3/4 of a mile.
Do you mind coming with us, Riverwild, just to check and see whether our world is changing more?
He sort of retreats back into the door. I don't like to leave.
Okay, well, we're gonna go explore. We might come back.
Okay.
Just as a token of goodwill, I hand him I unwrap a granola bar and hand it to him. Here's a snack.
Reaches out and... Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so stay safe.
You as well.
So,
And he
yeah.
slinks back into his little ruined pagoda. I guess it's not really a pagoda, it
Okay.
doesn't have open sides, but it's like a little round pagoda-like thing.
Okay. So I want to go out and go back to the road.
Okay. Yeah, like even from your campsite, you can sort of see the road's still there. It's still full of parked cars.
Do we still see any more people there?
You don't see anyone walking, at
Okay.
least from where you are.
Okay, so James was right. That hasn't disappeared. Should we keep going beyond Riverwild's house to see whether there's more different stuff back there? James, what do you think?
Mm-mm.
That's not an answer.
It is. It's just not a good answer.
Elise is still, like, they're still super quiet. They're just sort of amazed. And Elise is like,
I feel the same way.
yeah, see, like, oh my God, what are the names of those cat people in, like, I don't know, fantasy things?
In Final Fantasy 14, they're what, Makoti?
Sure. Is he like a Makoti?
He looks like one, but we're not in a video game, are we?
Adele can lift things with her mind.
Fair enough.
James can
But-
heal people, apparently. Feels like a video game.
It does. I just don't know what our goal is at the moment, though. Like, if it were a video game, I'd love to have a little quest marker being like, ding, do this.
Maybe Riverwild is our quest giver. We just have to ask him the right question.
All right. So,
But
yeah.
like, I don't know. We could go back and go behind, I guess. It
Yeah,
sort of
well-
just looked normal, but
Well, except for the big Greek
I mean,
ruin.
beyond the ruin, it looked just like normal forest.
Okay, well, let's go back. I just wanted to make sure our road was still here and we hadn't like completely left our own world behind. So
Yeah.
now that I've satisfied that, we can go back and investigate a little more.
Yeah, sure. So you
Okay.
fruit back to the ruin. It's still there.
Okay. Hi, Riverwild. We're back.
He comes back to the door. That was very quick.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that things were as we left them, and they are.
Okay.
So have you noticed anything changing here lately?
There are more deer.
What about the land around you? Does it look the same as always? Like, look in this direction, where we came from.
No, it's very different.
Has that happened before?
No. What?
Like,
What's
why would
happening? Where?
that's what we're trying to
Where
figure
am
out.
I?
What about behind you? Is the land behind you the same?
He very gingerly makes his way out of the door and looks around the side of his little building. No. What is
None
this
of it?
place? What did you do?
We didn't do
And he
anything. We're
starts to
trying
sort
to
of
figure out what's
crouch down
happening.
a little bit. You moved
So how
me.
much of this looks like your home? How much has changed?
The forest is all different.
So only your house is the same?
Yes, and the smells are all different.
Is it okay if we look inside your house, Riverwild?
What do you do in my house?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, just like you are. So far, yours is the only new thing in this area, so I'm hoping it has a clue.
You
I just want to look. I don't
moved
want to
me,
do anything.
and now you want my house?
I what you?
You moved me.
Oh, no, no, no. We didn't move you. We just saw you here.
I moved when you were here.
Well, I think you moved and we happened to be where you appeared. I don't want to take your house. I just want to look in it. I promise I won't do anything to it.
Okay.
So I go inside and look around.
Okay. Do an investigation check.
Okay. Just a second.
All right. It definitely looks like sort of like a den mixed with a house. Like it's a lot nicer on the inside than it was on the outside. I mean, it's still a ruin and it's still mostly stonework, but
Mhm.
there's like a bed that's sort of over full of blankets and pillows and some like animal skins that are well tanned. Um, and there's like a big stone sort of counter that he was sort of hiding behind the first time you saw him.
So it
And
looks, lived in and stuff, right?
yeah, it looks very primitive. Like there's no, refrigerator or oven or whatever. But there's like a little stone sort of fire pit oven sort of thing in one of the corners with like a little smoke chimney going out. And so it looks lived in and it looks very primitive, but it does look like a little dwelling.
Does it feel any different inside, like with the prickly feeling in the air or anything like that?
It's still prickly.
Looking out are there windows?
No, it's just solid rock except the door.
When I go inside it and look out the door, does the view look the same?
Yes.
Okay. James, do you see anything that might be a clue in here?
Hadn't gone in, but I suppose I could.
As you try to go in, River Wild just sort of steps from the door and hisses at you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna try.
I said she could go in. It's my house.
Sorry. So I'm being very careful not to touch anything
Okay.
because I don't want to offend Riverwild. And I'm just looking around. Do I see anything that looks like it might provide any sort of explanation?
I mean, that's basically what you see. So, if
Okay.
any of that gives you any information, like you could look at individual things more carefully.
Um, I don't know. I look at the counter. Is there anything in or on it?
It's sort of like a smooth granite top, but like really nice granite.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go behind it, you find that there's like sort of some shelves built into it that have various foodstuffs.
Okay.
And they're all in, or, the things that are in jars are like in glass jars. And there's some sort of like nice pottery sort of urn-like things that some of the foods are in, and then some are just laid out. Like there's some fruits and some vegetables, but mostly it looks like sort of stuff that you would put with meat, probably.
Okay. And again, I don't touch anything. Mm, I don't know what to do. Um, any ideas, James?
Nope.
So, Riverwild, where are the rest of your people?
He's still standing at the door, kind of looking between you and the rest of the group. Now I don't know.
Um,
They were that way. And he points just into the forest.
okay. Um, should we look for them?
It smells wrong.
Ah, so you don't think they're there anymore?
No.
Hmm.
Maybe, but no.
Do you know how to like, what else has changed for you other than the way the forest looks?
Everything. The forest, the smell. It's very wet. I don't like wet.
Yeah, it's always wet here.
Oh, why did you move me here?
We didn't move you. I stepped back out just to right outside his house just to so I'm not making him more uncomfortable.
Okay. And he sort of visibly relaxes a little bit. He's still really
Okay.
tense, but he's a little less tense.
Okay. Um I do you want to come with us and look for your friends or kind of at a loss?
He sort of backs into his house a little bit now that it's empty. I don't like to leave, especially now.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough. It's pretty scary. Um, I guess we'll just continue on our way
All right.
unless
Can
anyone has
you
any better ideas.
put me back?
If we find a way, I will certainly let you know. Good luck.
Thank you.
So I walk around the outside of his house and see whether I
Okay.
see anything else.
Okay. It looks just like a weird ruin in the middle of the forest. But
Is
around
there any
it
sort
is
of
just
is there any
normal
sort of
forest.
weird like the ground is different in a circle or something that looks like the edge of wherever he's from?
A little bit, but it's kind of blended. But you can sort of see that, like, just the area around his house, like the rockwork in front and his little house, like his little house is covered in greenery, but
Hmm.
it's a little bit different than the greenery you're used to. And there's some like grass sort of around his house and some wildflowers. And they kind of fade into the grass just sort of in the little area. Like it's kind of a little clearing. And then just the normal trees start.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
not like
I
a
think
definitive line, but it's kind of a fade.
it makes about 0 sense, but at this point, I think James's theory about something merging with us makes the most sense.
Adele's
Um,
just like, yeah, I guess. It's really weird. It's all really
I
weird.
mean, normally I would assume that he's some weird guy in a costume and all this, but with everything that's been happening in the last few days, I don't know that I can really doubt anything anymore.
That would be a really good costume.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a costume look that good.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Um,
like I could go pull on his tail. I kind of want to go pull on his
no,
tail.
I really don't think you should do that.
No, probably not.
Do you guys have any ideas?
No, you know more than we do.
Hmm. Well, I mean, we left a note for our. See, we've actually been separated from a couple of our friends, and we've been
Oh,
hoping to get back together with them. But,
but you're like
um,
still moving?
well, we saw no way of finding them where we were. I mean, and phones aren't working.
Yeah.
There's nothing working. And when we were with them, we were originally heading east, so we told them we were still going to head east.
You
Uh,
okay? You're really not supposed to leave people when you're out camping.
Well, we know, but we waited like a while, and we just saw no way to find them.
What if they were like hurt or something?
Should we go back?
You can do whatever you want, but they kind of look at each other like, yeah, no, we wouldn't leave somebody just without knowing what happened to them.
James, do you think we should go back and try to find them?
How far have you gone?
It wasn't
How-
exactly a normal disappearance. It
What do you
seems
mean?
sort of linked to all the other weird stuff going on. It's
Yeah,
like
all their
they
stuff
just
was with us.
vanished as opposed to left.
Huh? You didn't see anything?
No, I mean, it was the middle of the night, and when we woke up, they were just gone, and all their stuff was still here. If they had gotten up to go somewhere, they would have taken it.
Probably, unless something happened to them.
So, yeah, we assumed it was connected to all the other weirdness around us.
Okay.
Um, so we could either go back and look for them or keep going the way we said we would in our note. I forgot it's
You can
prickly
do.
right now, right?
What's that?
It's prickly right now, right? So I
Yeah.
can't turn on my phone.
You could try.
Okay, I'll try.
It doesn't turn on.
Okay. Um, hmm. But even if we turned back, I wouldn't know where to look for them. I mean, we couldn't find them the first time.
Did you try? You didn't see any sign of where they'd gone or anything?
No, I mean, the only thing I saw that might even be a tiny hint was it kind of looked like somebody had squished the ground between our two tents a bit.
What do you mean?
Well, like there was some flattened grass between our two tents, but I'm not a tracker. I don't really know what that means. But I didn't see anything. I didn't see a sign of a struggle. I didn't see their footprints leading into the forest. Nothing.
How far have you gone since that?
About 2 days travel.
Oh, oh, that's a long ways. I was gonna say I could go look
Yeah.
for you, but that's kind of a long ways.
Hmm.
Like you don't. I mean, I guess if you want to go back,
Like
Do you
I
think we
said,
could?
I don't really see the point. It was odd in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really see a trail of that they left from where we were.
so like, don't take this the wrong way, guys. But would you know what to look for in a trail?
No, I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Maybe you could come help us find our friends?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't really have anywhere else to go.
That would be
Um,
great. I've been really
but
worrying about them.
okay, I mean, just go back the way we came.
Do you have
It
anywhere
just
else to
seems
be?
really, I mean, it's all weird, but like leaving people behind is kind of a camping no-no.
Yeah. Yeah, we just don't know. Okay, well, let's go look for them then.
Okay, we can do that. Um, all right, they like look at each other and they're like, whatever, we're hikers. Like, we don't care, we'll just keep hiking.
I mean, if
Okay.
you have nowhere else to be.
According to you, there's really nowhere to go.
Yeah. All right, James, if you can remember how to get us back where we came from.
It was just along the freeway. That
All
way.
right.
I mean, I could take you back to where we found you. It's pretty easy.
All right. If we can get back to where we were originally camping with our friends, maybe you can track what happened to them from there.
I can try. I'm not like a tracker, but I sort of think maybe I know more than you.
I
I
think
mean,
you do
I don't
too.
mean to be like mean or anything.
No, no, no. I haven't spent much time in the woods. That's fair.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression. Yeah, I guess. Sure. You guys are all packed up and ready to go?
Yep,
Mhm.
let's go.
Okay. Um, you know, if we like could ride your horses, it might go a little faster.
Yeah,
Since you're
Okay.
just like
we
have
do
two
have the
horses
two
that are
extras.
just sitting there.
We do have 2 extras.
Okay, yeah, come on, let's go find our friends.
Okay. And they both like get on the horses like, wow, this is really different. All right, let's go.
All right.
And like they both know how to ride horses, you can tell, but they've been not riding horses for a while.
So hopefully we can make better time if we're all riding now.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so.
Okay.
Okay, so by now it's like late morning after your escapades with Riverwild,
Hmm.
and you get back on the road. The rain is finally starting to clear up a little bit. It's not gone, but it's just, a little drizzle now. And you start heading back the way you came.
Okay.
And let's see, how far were we at this point? Like I remember where they are, but okay. Yeah, no, it wasn't 2 days. So you start going back and whoa, that was not the right button. Now I can't see anything.
Uh-oh.
What do I want? I want this one. Okay. Um, and you make your way back down the road, back down the hill. It's faster also because you're now going downhill.
Yay.
And like you're just keeping horses at a walk. And occasionally they're like, we could probably trot here if you want. Or we're gonna just
I-
keep walking, whatever.
I'll leave it to your discretion.
Okay. So they like when there's areas that seem, like the shoulder is pretty free of cars, they sort of trot just to make better time.
Okay.
And you get to where you met them. Like, okay, so this is where we met you.
Hmm.
So how far away from here were you?
I think it was about a day's travel from here.
Not quite. Less than that.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it was more
Because
than that.
we did spend one night.
The night.
We
yeah.
did spend one night
Like a day
before
and
we
a half.
met them.
Okay. Well, let's just down the freeway.
Yeah.
Yep,
Are you going to recognize it when we get to where you were?
I should.
Okay, let's go. So they
Okay.
keep going and like you stop for lunch, or I guess lunch was probably before you left, but they keep you going like at a pretty brisk pace.
Okay.
Brisker than you have been going.
Okay.
Aside from like the trotting and stuff, they're just like go when they set their mind to something.
All right.
And you get, it starts to get to be dusk. And they sort of look around and they're like, well, it's not really great for camping. But I assume you don't want to go through the night, and your horses probably don't want to go through the night.
No.
Probably not.
How have you been feeding them?
We've got some grain.
Uh-huh.
And we give
Grazing.
them they graze at night when we can, and we've got grain.
Okay. You know that they sleep at night?
Well, yeah, but that's why we give them grain.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess, horses probably. Do
Not
you
really.
horses? Okay. How much
We had a
grain are you
friend that knew.
giving them?
Uh,
As much as the person that knew horses told us to give them.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess if you're giving them enough, they're probably okay, but I feel like you'd need more pack horses for the grain.
yeah, I think we're almost out. We've been feeding them for a few days
Yeah,
now.
you are almost out.
Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to run out soon.
Okay. In that case, I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do, but all right, whatever. Probably need to like stop earlier and let them eat for a while, or like get late starts or something.
Okay,
Mhm.
we can do that.
Because they need to sleep when you're camped.
Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, let's see. And they like look around for a bit, and they kind of like jump off the horses. We'll be right back. And they both like split off and go in different directions. And then they come back together and like, all right, Adele, did you find anything? And she's like, not really anything good. What about you? And Elisa's like, yeah, I found something that might work. Come on. Okay, come on, guys.
And we found a camping spot.
They found a camping spot.
Yay!
So it's not great, but it's okay. It doesn't have much for grass. And they're like, yeah, no, there really just isn't much grass right here. But I guess we'll use grain and hopefully they'll be okay.
Well, hopefully we've got a day's left of grain at least, and maybe in the next town we can find another feed store.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So y'all want to get all stations for campfires? And
Okay.
Elise kind of laughs and then goes and like starts collecting her stuff.
Okay, I'll go get some wood too while James is helping set up.
Okay. All right. So you get your fire pit is probably a little better today. And you get everything put together and night's fallen. The rain finally stops. Everyone sort of breathes a sigh of relief. It's not raining for the moment. It's still overcast. Like you can't see stars or anything, but at least it's not raining. And
Okay.
Lisa's like, all right, so who wants to do what watches tonight?
I'll take first this time.
Okay. You want to do second, James, and then we can do third and fourth?
Okay.
All right. So yeah, just like, I guess you have to wake up both of us, but wake her up first. And
Okay.
they both like climb into their tent.
All right. So I settle down next to the campfire as before
Okay.
and keep an eye out.
Okay. So now that it's not raining, you can keep the campfire going without any particular issues.
Mm-hmm.
And roll a perception check.
Okay.
See if you notice anything.
I will do that. Just a moment.
Okay. You hear very faintly what might be wolf howls in the distance.
Okay. Well, if it sounds faint enough, I'm not going to wake everybody up about it.
Yeah, it's far. It's further in the distance than what James was saying that he was hearing the night before.
Okay. Well, I make a mental note of the direction it's in and keep listening.
Okay. All right, and otherwise your watch passes uneventfully.
Okay. When I wake James up, I mentioned that I heard some very faint howling, and I point in the direction it was in, but say it. It seemed pretty far away. I don't think it's something for concern, but just so you know.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's the same direction that you were hearing them from, James.
Okay.
And I go to sleep.
Okay. And James, you don't hear anything. Nothing happens except, night. It's night. It's
Mm-hmm.
boring. You almost fall asleep a couple times, but otherwise nothing happens. And you wake up Adele when it's her turn and go to bed.
Okay.
And while you guys are sleeping, what do you dream?
You ask
Probably.
us like we have choice.
Yeah, what did you dream?
Probably that I'm totally late for a class that I didn't sign up for, and it's a test day, and I need
Oh,
to.
the worst dream.
Yes. When I'm stressed, I have that one all the time. Wait, it's a test, and I haven't actually come to any classes this entire course.
Yeah, I remember that one. What does James dream of at night?
Nothing.
Nothing. He has no dreams.
Or at least doesn't remember them.
Okay. Well, James wakes up a little more refreshed, having not dreamt. Ronia, you wake up and you're a little less, refreshed because you're super stressed.
Probably at least relieved that, oh, good, I don't have to take a test. It's just everybody's dying and the world is going to hell. Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
right?
But no test.
No test, that's all that matters. Here, sorry, it's Elizabeth, so I'm just going to tell her that where we are. Um,
And suddenly Pew leaps out of the undergrowth.
Oh, it's almost 8.
yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I'm telling her. Okay, so you guys you get up. Morning's normal. It's still not raining, but it's definitely very overcast. And you feed the very last of your grain to the horses. It's
Oh no.
not quite a full feeding to what you've been arbitrarily feeding them, but it's what you have.
I hug mine.
Okay. What's your horse's name?
My horse's name is Villain.
Villain. Okay.
Yes.
James, what's your horse's name?
I have no idea. It came from the school. I assume it already had one.
Nobody gave you his name?
Nope.
He's
Your
just a
horse's
horse.
name is Rascal.
Okay. All right, so you guys get back on your horses and they've just sort of taken control. They like lead you out from your campsite back to the freeway.
All right. I mean, if they know where they're going, Rona's at such a loss, I'll just grasp at whatever anyone wants to do right now.
Okay. They're like, okay, so we've probably been making a lot better time than you guys made coming up. So make sure you keep an eye out because we'll probably get to wherever you were sometime soonish, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out for that first car I checked with the dead lady in it because I think that'll be a good landmark for that I might remember.
Okay. I mean, it was like a gray Camry,
Ah, that might not stick out very much.
so it might not. But you did like look at all the cars in the area, so you might have a pretty good idea of, sort of the landscape of cars.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start going along. Both of you roll perception to see if you recognize the areas you are.
Okay.
Like you definitely recognize it. You've been this way. Okay. So you realize, like after a little bit, that this is where you came back to the freeway after you had done your like river escapade.
Oh, okay.
So you're probably getting fairly close because you made really slow going along the riverbank.
Okay, well, let's skip the river and just keep going along the freeway.
Okay. So you keep going, and after another hour, you see a remarkably somewhat like familiar setup of cars, And James, you see where you had cut, or I don't think that time. No, you see like the field, like you guys are getting back to civilization. Like it's very recognizable to you guys because you like see the field. Like it's actually super easy to see once you're there, as you expected.
Okay. Okay, so let's head back to our original campsite.
Okay. So
There
this
should
is-
also be a note pinned to a tree, which should make it a little easier to find.
Okay. Lead the way.
Okay?
Okay, I'll
James?
lead the way since she is hopeless.
Okay. So
I don't know why, but
since you're looking for it, roll a survival check.
Can I assist?
I don't know. Are you trying or are you letting him lead the way?
I mean, I'll try.
Okay, then you got it with advantage, so you got 20. So you managed to find your way back with a little bit of help from Ronya. And you find the note, and it's now like bedraggled and sodden and unlegible, but it is still pinned to the tree.
Okay, so this is where we last saw them. If you guys can find any clues. I know it's rained a lot since then.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of hard. Okay, so you guys were camped like right here?
Yeah, right here. We left the note exactly where we left them.
Okay, and I assume that where the grass is cropped is where the horses were?
Yeah.
Okay. So they both start looking around. And they like stop and confer to each other, and then they start looking around again. And they're like, well, it's really hard to see much. How about if like there's a stream, I can hear it, and I feel like that's where we always go when we like don't know where we're going. So I'm just gonna go check it out real fast, okay?
Okay.
And Elise, like Adele
I'm
keeps
letting-
sort of scouring the area.
While they're doing that, I'm letting the horses eat some grass here.
Okay, good plan. And who did I say was going down to the stream? Elise? Adele?
Elise, I believe.
Okay, so Elise goes down to the stream. She's like gone. And then you hear her sort of call. She's like, hey guys, come here.
Okay. Make our way there.
Okay. And
Kind
you
of slowly
see...
because we've got 5 horses.
Oh, you're bringing the horses with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see...
Or, well, no, I'll leave them tied so they can keep grazing and then come.
Okay. You like grab them and you're like, wait, no. You like put them back and you like retie them and then you go down.
Sorry, horses.
So you get down to the stream and you don't, it just looks like a stream. I mean, I guess both of you roll perception to see
Okay.
what you see. Or maybe survival. Sorry. Roll survivals.
Survival. Oh.
Okay. It looks like a stream. Like you don't see anything.
Okay.
And Elise is like, okay, so it's rained a lot and things have kind of flooded, but, and she kind of goes over to this little like patch of stream bank and is like, look at this, guys. And you both, all three of you really look, and Adele's, oh, that's really weird. And you see what looks like a footprint, like a big, not big, but like the size of your hand probably footprint, but it's like webbed. And there's just like one of them. And Elise is like, yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if it has anything to do with your friends. And also, she like points over a little bit to the side, and you see like to the side of the footprint, there's like sort of just this whole disturbed like sort of where the riverbank has like gotten mushed, like something was sort of dragged that was heavy, like
dear.
beside the footprint. And she sort of looks at you guys. I was like, I think maybe your friends were like kidnapped by something with webbed feet. And with that,
Yikes.
we're gonna end tonight's session.
All right. Well, thank you. Yikes.
At exactly 9.
At a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that was the point.
Alrighty.
All right, so you made it back
With
to
help,
with some help.
because we did not know how to find people in the forest.
No. Yeah, I kept waiting for you guys to like leave the area a little bit and look, but you was like, all right, you go.
Okay.
So from there, we will pick up next week, and hopefully everyone will be here.
All right.
So thank you guys for playing. Is there anything you guys want to like shout out or talk about before we go?
Not
No?
really?
Okay. Well, thanks guys. Thanks everybody for watching. Whether you're watching in the now time or the future time. And I hope you all have really amazing, wonderful days or nights or whatever. And that's all. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm
Okay.
going. Thanks, tokens, as always, for being great. I'm gonna jump over to the game over screen. So if you guys want to mute yourselves again, that'd be
Okay.
awesome. Okay. Bye,
See you next
everybody.
time.
Have a really great one.